Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life. Let's go, and let's get it started. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplins. I'm LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady Caesar. She's in the building. Yes. Well, we want to thank each and every one for tuning in each and every Friday evening to enjoy the episode. So today, we just want to start out with the shout out of the week. You know, we just want to tell you that we love your comments.
All of them.
All of them. We thank you for commenting. We thank you for liking. We thank you for subscribing. We thank you for each and every one of you sharing the video. We thank you for our YouTube listeners and those that watch the YouTube version. And we truly thank God.
And the audio, by the way.
Yes, and we thank you for the audio listeners. We just thank you. We want those comments to keep coming. And so we just gonna do the shout out of the week.
And this week goes to drum roll. It goes to Trifina Mase Mola. And what did she say, baby?
Yes. I'm not gonna try to pronounce her name, so I let my wife do that part. She said, "You guys always bring great points and things that some of us never think of. Like always, great show." Thank you. We appreciate you. Keep the comments coming, and so that next week somebody else can be the shout out of the week. Yes.
And again, I'd like to say, we just highlight one comment that really stood out for that week, but it does not mean that your comments are not seen. We see them, we appreciate them.
Yes, we appreciate it. Yes.
And he's not going to say Sawubona because it doesn't come in this topic. Because whenever I say, "I see you," he thinks of Sawubona. For those of you who don't know, Sawubona means I see you in Zulu, but it's actually a greeting. Anywho, back to why we're here. So we are coming to the end of Black History Month, and we just wanted to use this last week just to also, you know, acknowledge once again, you know, what?
Commemorate,
okay, and acknowledge, you know, the Black pioneers, the Black trailblazers, who have made their mark and allowed Black people to raise their flag and to shine out there.
Yes.
Some people will say, but why Black History Month, and why do Black people have to get a whole month to celebrate them? Okay, here's why. Why not? Yeah, but here's why. You know, it is it's a month that's celebrated, of course, in February. It's still the shortest month of the year, but hey, it is still a month that is given to us. It's celebrated mainly, or rather observed mainly in the US and in Canada.
Okay.
But other countries around the world have come to, you know, also celebrate it, not maybe as a holiday or like how Americans and the Canadians do it, but also they come to appreciate their Black people during that month. And why? It's a chance to celebrate Black achievement.
Yes, Black.
You know, and provide that fresh reminder to take stock of what actually happened in the past, because we are the nation that we are because of what happened to Black people in the past. The segregation, the systematic racism have impacted Black people in a major way. So when you are the first Black person to do this, you really need to be congratulated and to be applauded for that, because we know how much effort and work you had to put in to actually become that first Black person, or to achieve anything that's a milestone in your career for that matter. So we just want to acknowledge you. This week we chose to acknowledge everyone that's still in the living, everyone that's still alive. And because we just believe in giving you roses while you're still alive. Why celebrate you when you're gone and you cannot hear? So we want you, when you hear this, if it comes across your ears, for you to smile and say, thank you, somebody sees me and I appreciate it. So we're going to start off with my people, and my first person will be my home girl, all the way from South Africa. And her name is Londy Ngcobo, aka the Black Mermaid.
The Black Mermaid? Now, why she called the Black Mermaid?
Well, you're about to find out.
Okay.
So she's the Black Mermaid because, first of all, she is a global, she's a global sheep navigator. So she's a captain of the sheep.
Okay.
Oh, not a sheep, like a ship.
Ship.
Captain of a ship. Okay, you know. And so, you know, that requires her to be in the oceans, you know, to be in the sea for months to come, because they spend nothing less than a month in the ocean. So I know the minimum is usually a month, up to 4 months in the sea, you know, taking whatever, they deliver stuff, whatever that they do, but she is a captain of a whole ship. Can you imagine? And the wonderful part about her is that she's still young. She's,
wow, how old is she?
She is in her early 30s.
Okay.
And she's a mom.
Okay.
She's a wife.
Okay.
She's a daughter. She's a sister. She's a friend to many. And not only that, but also, she's also the first first female dredge master in Africa. Don't ask me what dredge master is. But from what I know, it's that she's responsible for ensuring that the pathways for water are navigated properly, where the ship, you know, goes. Like there's no stones, there's nothing that can do what happened to the Titanic. So she's the one who makes sure that the pathways where the ship is going, you know, is cleared, and also when it's docked, which means when it's parked on the ports, it's coming, there's enough water and stuff like that. So she's a dredge master, and that's a big deal. And she's Africa's first female dredge master, which is incredible. And that's why I wanted to highlight her today, because something like that has always been looked upon as a male a career, but not just male. It was looked upon as a white male career. And for me to be able to go beyond that, it stands out. It's huge and it's massive. But also just some of her achievements. She's now a chief executive of the Women Rights Experts, and also she's the founder of the Global Maritime Youth. So she loves to empower women, and she loves to empower young people. And she usually a keynote speaker in most high-profile events. She is sits in various boards, but more than anything, she's a young Black woman who is doing her thing and inspiring so many young people out there, not just Black, but young, that if they can do it, anybody can do it. And the fact that she is from, you know, Durban, a very small town, and she's made it thus far, you know, I take my hat off for her.
Yes, yes.
So well done, Captain Londy Ngcobo, the Black Mermaid, for just shining and being the, you know, the inspiration that you are to so many of us black women and the youth of Africa, and I believe the whole world.
Yes,
right?
yes. So you get your flowers while you are still here.
Yeah, so we applaud you. Captain Londy Ngcobo.
Yes, Captain Londy. Making things happen. That's good. And let us know that anything is possible.
That's right.
Yeah, so right. my person who I want to talk about.
Oh, before we go on, I'd really love to say a quote, one of the quotes that she usually says, Londy Ngcobo. She says, knowing yourself is one thing, but becoming who you are is another. That's powerful.
That is powerful.
So go ahead.
Yes. So the person I want to talk about right now is Tyler Perry.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Tyler Perry, an actor, director, producer, and screenwriter.
I think more than that. He's everything. I think that list is not enough to describe who Tyler is. He's just an overall. He's an
overall amazing guy who has some hardships growing up. He was abused by his father.
But don't all Black people, right?
Yeah. but realizing later on that was just his stepfather. That wasn't even his real biological father.
Wow.
And he was
isn't he named after his stepfather?
He was named after his
the one who ended
the one
up
that abused him. He was named after him, and he changed his name from Emmitt to Tyler.
So what was his initial name? Do you know?
Emmitt. Yeah, Emmitt, like Emmitt Till, I guess. Like, you know, well, it's the guy that is the person that got killed.
Yeah.
Emmitt Till, but Emmitt was his first name, and then he changed it to Tyler.
Okay. And Perry is still his last name.
Yes, Perry's still his last name.
So he just changed his first name.
He just changed his first name.
He gave himself a good name, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let me just ask this. It's just out of this. What name would you give yourself if you had to give yourself your own a name?
I don't even know. I don't think I'd change my name.
You love your name.
I love my name. It's who I am.
Right.
I have no reason to change it.
Yeah. Well, my name is Caesar.
I used to want to change it.
Yeah. My name is Caesar Gale, and I've had so much hardship of people trying to pronounce my name. And that's why I settled for Caesar, which is actually not my full name. It's actually half of my name. But most people think crazy when you say, my name is Caesar. They, Julius. Okay, I'll take it, you know? But I would not like to be Julius Caesar. I am Caesar Gale.
Yeah. So his father used to answer him, you know, when he was beating him, he'd beat it out of you. You know, that's how much he was abused. We also know that Tyler Perry was molested. Come to find out, he was molested by his friend, mother, as well as he was molested by 3 men. Three men. So, you know, he did have some hardships.
And I'm glad you're raising that, because some people just see him now as this billionaire and well-accomplished guy. They don't know how much he had to push through to be where he is.
Yes.
You know, so what in other words, we should never allow our past to dictate our future or destiny.
Or our reality.
No, or destiny.
Or destiny, yeah. So so he definitely has the hardships. And one other thing too, he also attained a GED. So he didn't even get a high school diploma.
Oh, wow.
He got a GED.
GED meaning he went to night school.
He went to night school, yes. He went to night school, got a GED. So it let us know that even though you don't finish school, you're still to make it. You still could become something. You don't have to go to school or finish school, but you can achieve your GED, because life does happen.
Life does happen.
You know, challenges, things arise that causes us to leave school and then get kicked out, or we have to maybe drop out for a time. But don't be afraid to go back.
Look at him now.
Yeah, look at him now.
Who cares if he has a GED or a high school diploma or went to college or not?
Yes, who cares? You know, his net worth is $1 billion.
Can you US $1 billion?
US $1 billion. That's incredible. So it's just amazing for him to where he started from to now where is he at. So let us know that the sky's is the limit.
Yeah.
As long as you believe in yourself and you don't give up on yourself, then you could do whatever you want to do, even if you had to go back. To finish what you started, you know. So
and he's the first black person to own a studio where you can record movies and all sort of things. And for me, that is incredible. And I loved what he did when he opened that studio, because he named every hall with a black person who has pioneered in their own right.
That's so amazing.
That was incredible, because most of these places are called by white people's names. I'm not saying they shouldn't be acknowledged. Please, let's acknowledge them when they deserve it.
Yes.
But then it's time for change as well, where we give honor where it's also due in the black community as well.
So, but I do want to give you a backstory of where it started as well. Before, when he started in the industry of the screenwriting and having the studio and his net worth of $1 billion. Because you gotta really pay attention to this, because when he was in his early 20s, watching Oprah Winfrey, you know, watching one of the episodes, he's seen someone, a therapist, he's seen him talking about, you know.
Was it Dr. Phil?
I don't even know. It didn't say no name.
Dr.
It
Phil
could have been,
it
was someone, but on her show that was talking about, he heard someone describe a therapeutic effect, the act of writing. You know, writing was a therapeutic for someone. So when he heard that, that inspired him
to start writing.
To start writing.
That's incredible.
So he just started writing his life, his life lessons. He started writing about his life, and so he came up with the play. I Know I've Been Changed.
That's how it started.
Yeah, that's how it started. But that idea came from a word. Another thing we had to say too, because he didn't start with a lot of money. He didn't have a master's or a bachelor's degree. He started with $12,000 of his savings. $12,000 and produced and performed that screen, I Know I've Been Changed. So let us know that, you know, it don't taste a lot. But it takes a will.
Yeah.
It takes
and
you.
And where there's a will, there is a way.
It takes you using what you do have.
Right.
Because a lot of us, we feel like, oh, I don't have enough, or I don't have it, or I don't have this. And I'm telling you right now, to our listeners, to those that are watching, YouTube listeners, you know, you have it.
Yeah.
You got it. Whatever you want to do, whatever you're trying to do, you got it. But you got to find the thing that you can use so that you can start producing the results that you want.
Yeah.
Because you got it. It's in you. You know, you might have some little savings. You might have no savings, but you have a network.
And you just need that one
have a
idea
community.
that you must just stick to. You know, I've just recently heard a guy who did a claim with one of the telecommunication companies in South Africa, who came up with an idea of something called Please Call Me. If you're South African, you'll know what Please Call Me is. And that this particular telephone company never really recognized him for his efforts. And now they're paying him back 10 years.
10 years.
Of calls made within that time his idea started. So he's going to be a multi-millionaire within like this. But because what? He came up with an idea and he knew that was his, and he never gave up when they didn't want to acknowledge him for that. He fought them until he won.
Yes.
So never give up on
your dreams and your ideas. Yeah. So, you know, and so we know Tyler Perry came up with the diary, Mad Black Woman, Medea,
classics,
all the Medea plays and movies. You know,
and
so
the incredible part is that he acts in them as well.
Yes, so you know, so he's an amazing actor and screenwriter.
Yeah.
So big up to Tyler Perry, director. Big up to you with your own studio, and he also used the studio to help other people to get so that other people could use his studio and get their shine. And he hired other black people to be in his plays as well, in his movies. So, you know, big up to Tyler Perry. He is doing it big, and you know, we appreciate you, and we want to give you your flowers while you are living. Well done, Tyler Perry. Keep making things happen, because you are a beacon of hope for a lot of us
black people.
Yes, so we just thank you.
So my next people are the Williams sisters. Yes, we all know them through tennis. They are one of the best tennis players in the world. And they are the highest paid professional athletes, females, not black. I said females in the world. Highest paid females, professional females in the world, which is incredible. They are, you know, almost my age, well, more or less. You know, Venus is
like a year older.
A year older than Serena. And they are Grand Slam title owners, winners. Serena won it 7 times. And Venus won it 7 times and Serena won it 23 times, which is insane.
Amazing.
As young as she is. They were both coached by their parents, by the way, at a young age. Yes. And I love his father. And if you watch that movie,
watch the movie.
What is it called again?
King Richard.
King Richard. If you haven't watched it, watch it. You will learn so much. about having a plan and sticking to it.
Yes.
That man, Richard Williams,
was amazing, man.
He knew what he wanted for those girls.
Yes.
They were a plan. He actually...
And not just for them, for all his children.
For all his children, yes. But these two in particular, he went in knowing that I want to have 2 children who are going to play tennis and become champions of the world. Isn't that before they were even born?
He had it mapped out.
And they were born, they knew that they were going to be tennis players. I think whether they like tennis or not, they're going to have to like it because that was what they were born for, which is incredible, right? So another thing is that, you know, they both have been ranked #1 in the world in both the singles and the doubles. And they, you know, besides being the richest female athletes in the world, their net worth, Serena's net worth is $210 million. That is insane. And her sister Venus is $95 million. I mean, that's still not too shabby from what I know. Now, one thing I love about these ladies, they were born, well, not born, they grew up in Compton, California, which, if you know Compton, is one of the most run-down communities, and it has
the
roughest neighborhood and high crime rates in America. It's like the hood of the hood, you know. But out of that, look who came out of it, you know. So never ever look down on where you are from. It does not matter whether you were born from the poorest of the poor, the baddest of the bad areas, but just focus on your vision.
On your vision.
Focus on where you want to be.
Yes.
And you will see God push you through. God will make a way. God will bring in destiny helpers. God will give you parents maybe who will help push, or friends or whatever. But you will make it only if you believe in yourself that you can.
Yes. And a thing is, eliminate all the negatives.
Yes.
And focus on all the positive.
Right.
You know, don't dwell on the negative and stay out of negative activities.
Yes.
You know, don't follow the crowd.
Yeah.
But become a leader of the crowd.
Yeah. And I remember,
and that's what we want to be. We don't want to be the father of the crowd and do what everybody else do, but be different. Be the leaders of the crowd.
Right.
And stand out and be different from everybody else.
Yeah. And I remember his parents moved their parents moved them from Compton because they realized how rough it was becoming, because they were having attacks as well from the neighborhood boys, you know, trying to hit on the bigger sister and stuff. And they moved to Palm Beach, but not because they were the wealthiest, but because the family was protecting their children from what Compton was, and also because he had fought so much to have them being coached by the best of the best coaches in tennis, because he knew that in order to become among the best, you got to be coached by the best.
By the best, and that lets you know too when you're doing something, you know, about coaching. And another thing too with that, he didn't limit his girls to just one coach. He exposed them to multiple coaches, multiple ideas of how to play. Yeah. And so a lot of times we can limit ourselves because we try to say, "Oh, I'm just going to stick to this one area and this one thing," and not realizing expose yourself to multiple coaches and multiple arenas. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, who's your next person?
Yes, that's awesome. My next person is Steve Harvey.
Oh, that's my man. I love Steve Harvey.
Yes, my wife loves Steve Harvey. Yes. But yeah, he's a television and radio presenter. He's an actor. He's an author. Yeah. He's a businessman. Yeah. He's a former stand-up comedian. No, he still is a stand-up comedian. I don't think you'll ever run out of that. Stand-up comedians just like making people laugh. It's just in there. No, he's a former, because he don't do stand-up shows no more. Oh, okay. Yeah, he don't do stand-up, so that's why he's a former. Even though he's still a comedian, but he's a former stand-up comedian. But I just think that even though they can call him former, a comedian will always be a comedian. Yeah, see, he is a comedian. The minute they open their mouths, it's like they just make you laugh. He always be a comedian, but he don't do stand-up shows no more. Yeah. He's a motivational speaker. He's the host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, Family Feud with Africa, Celebrity Family Feuds, the Miss Universe competition, the arbitration based court comedy, Judge Steve Harvey.
Yes, it's one of his brand new babies.
One of his brand new babies, Judge Steve Harvey. You know, and he said something, right? And somebody asked him, you know, what made you want to be a judge of Judge Steve Harvey?
Right.
He said, if Donald Trump to be a president, why I can't be a judge?
No comment.
So let us know that, you know,
you can be anything.
Donald Trump opened up the doors for a lot of other people to do a lot of different things because, like you say, he's an entertainer and he became a president. So why not? He can be a judge.
Yeah, but it's not like an official.
Yeah,
it's just a comedy.
It's a comedy show. Yeah. So well, he's the original king of comedy. He's the king of comedy, the original one. He wrote the famous book. Think like a man.
Think like a man.
Think like a man.
And act like
a lady.
Okay.
Think like a man. Act like a lady. Yeah. So and growing up with Steve Harvey, you know, he had a severe stuttering problem.
Yeah, and most people don't know that.
Yeah, severe.
And he stuttered a lot.
He stuttered a lot.
And he knew from a very young age that he wanted to be on TV.
Yes.
So he had to work through that stuttering somehow. Yeah. And look at him now.
Look, and it was so bad to the point his teacher told him that he wasn't gonna be nothing. He wasn't gonna go nowhere.
Who's gonna listen to you with that stutter?
Yeah.
You know, and so this is actually a message to teachers, educators. Be careful what you say to young people because it sticks with him.
Yes.
And the funny thing is that when he made it and came on TV, he decided that every Christmas he was gonna buy that teacher a flat screen TV as a gift to say, whenever you open your TV, guess who you're gonna see? Me. So because it's in almost all channels.
Yeah. So that should be something to say to everyone. Be careful what you say to people because you don't know their future. You don't know their journey. You don't know what they're gonna become. You know.
Don't be the stumbling block.
Yeah. That individual might come back and help you.
Yeah.
And bless you. So don't look down on anybody because you don't know what they're going to become. Yeah. So but he did eventually overcame the stuttering problem. And he's, like I said, he's a motivational speaker.
You never tell that he used to stutter. And I love the also, you know, how his story on how he failed, how many times he failed. Yeah. Because he knew he wanted to be wealthy.
Yes, he knew it.
He's one of those people who got wealthy.
And he started his career as a bossa, auto worker, insurance salesman, carpet cleaner, mail carrier. And then he started stand-up comedy on October 8th, 1985 at a comedy club. And we gotta say this because he was also homeless while he was doing his comedy. He was homeless for 3 years.
Okay, so Africans and Africans, when you're homeless in America, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're sleeping on the streets, or some people do. Yes. But some people sleep in their cars and they're homeless. It's just like you're not going into a house. But you're sleeping in your car.
You're sleeping in your car.
So he wasn't sleeping on the streets or anything. He was sleeping in his car.
He's sleeping in his car in his 1976 Ford. So yeah, and he used to take showers at gas stations. So he used to shower and bathe at gas stations. So he used to sleep in his car when he wasn't performing. So when he wasn't performing, he slept in his car because he always was on the road, back and forth. Like I said, he was hustling. You know, he knew what he wanted. He wanted success, and he just kept hustling. And so he, you know, so yeah, regardless. So let us know that, you know, keep fighting, keep going. You can achieve whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. Well done, Steve Harvey. We applaud you and we see you and we say keep going. I know he said he's not nowhere near retiring. He loves to work. He's actually one of the most hardworking people on television.
And so I do want to say this too, because I want to encourage those that are older. And still striving and still like, I don't have no more. You know, my time is past. I want to tell you, your time hasn't passed. As long as you got breath in your body, you still have a purpose, you still have a dream, just go out and pursue it, because you know you could achieve success even in your old age. And let Steve Harvey be that testimony for you that you can achieve great things even in your 60s, 70s, 80s. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you got a dream, you got a mind, you got a will, you can do it. Yeah, it's still possible.
So, lastly, my last person that I'm going to be talking about is Mandisa Mfeka, another home girl from Durban, South Africa. I mean, Durban girls are really rocking it, let me tell you.
Rocking it.
She's also in her early 30s, and she is she's the first female combat fighter, pilot fighter.
Okay.
So she's the first combat pilot, or fighter pilot, whatever way you want to call it. She earned her wings in 2011, so it tells you she's pretty young. And she's the epitome of black excellence. I tell you, this girl is humble. You'd never even know. But what I love about her, she's also has a strong desire to help young people, to recognize these opportunities, that you can become whatever you want to become. She said she was introduced to planes at the tender age of 5, when she used to ask her mom and her grandmom to go and watch planes in a local airport take off. And because they couldn't afford the tickets to go watch the shows, what they did was they used to park outside in the parking lot and view the show from outside. But that was like the seed for her to actually say, I really can do this. And then she was introduced to being a pilot, because she didn't think that black girls can be pilots when she was 16, and she never looked back. So big ups to my homegirl, Mandisa Mfeka. I salute you, Major Mandisa Mfeka.
Major.
That's what she's known as,
Yes.
For your expertise, your bravery, and your courage in just going and pioneering and being that first black combat pilot. And then I just also want to thank you for inspiring us black girls that anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
One of her quotes is, where you come from does not determine your capacity.
That's good. Where you come from does not determine your capacity. That is so true. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Where you come from don't determine your capacity. You know.
So well done, Major Mandisa.
Yes. Yes, well done, well done. So my last one, the next person I want to talk about is Snoop Dogg.
Woo-hoo, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
That's all I know about Snoop. I don't know anything else.
Well, Snoop Dogg, he's a rapper, a songwriter, media personality, actor, entrepreneur. You know, Snoop Dogg, he was featured on Dr. Dre debut solo single Deep Cover, and his and Dr. Dre solo album, The Chronic. He recorded Doggy Style and a few other records. Now, a thing about Snoop Dogg, when he was young, he began playing, singing and playing piano at the Gothic Trinity Baptist Church. It's like all these people, a lot of them, you know, started in the church.
Yeah.
But
it's a good foundation.
Yeah, it's a good foundation. Where he started singing and playing piano at the church. When he was in the 6th grade, that's when he started started rapping. Now, he recalled, when I rap in the hallway at school, I would draw such a big crowd that the principal would think there was a fight going on. It made me begin to realize that I had a gift.
Wow.
So that's when he realized that he had a gift. And so, you know, and then Snoop Dogg, he started his rap career though with Death Row. That's when he released his Doggy Style first album on Death Row Records, and then before moving on to No Limit Records. Now I gotta say No Limit, and this happened in 1998. I gotta say this because we talked about Master P 2 weeks ago about Master P. He talked about ownership and you know, exposing people to ownership and buying homes and, you know, and just investing, you know, And so Snoop Dogg, you know, was exposed to ownership because when he was on death row,
That's when Master P was owning it.
Yes, Master P was owning No Limits. So Snoop Dogg went to No Limits in 1998. This is when he got exposed to ownership, business, entrepreneur, and he credited Master P for teaching him business, ownership, because when he was on death row, it was all about women, cars, and all, just blowing his money like broke, you know. And then when he went to No Limits, he got exposed. Own a home. He like, man, when I went to No Limit, I see people own a home and own the cars. You know, I was just,
so your environment is very important.
Your environment. But so and like,
you expose yourself around.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I wasn't used to this, and so that exposure encouraged him to be the person he are today, where he established himself as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a leader in the music industry.
One of the things that you're talking about him today is because of what he's just recently achieved.
Yes. So, but also, I gotta say this too. He went to different labels, but in 2016 he joined Def Jam. And he was hired as an executive, creative, and strategic consultant. You know, so that learning, you know, because you gotta understand, you know, sometimes we go through and we have different journeys to get to the place where we need to be later on. And so he started with Def Joe, and today he owned Def Row. That's amazing. But he had to go through a journey to get to the point that he is today.
So it was a full circle, basically.
Yes. And so he was, and he was recently on another podcast. And he was talking about owning Death Row. He would love to own Death Row. So yeah, that's amazing to be owning Death Row.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well done, Snoop Dogg. We want more Black people to go for ownership instead of wanting to be employed or wanting to be under certain labels. You can have your own label. You can own. You can be anything you want.
Anything, yes.
So as we end off this episode, we just want to thank every Black person who's made an intentional effort to, you know, be the best in what you do. You might not have been the first person in the career to do that, but as long as you do it to the best of your ability and you shine, we see you, we applaud you. We applaud you. We say keep
and we give you flowers while you are still here. We just thank you for rocking it. And like I said, because Snoop Dogg he was also from California, like Serena and Venus Williams, and he from Long Branch. It's not another bad area, and he was also involved with gang activities, but he changed his life, and you know he still made it out of a bad situation. So, you know, whatever.
So let's not use our backgrounds as an excuse.
As an excuse,
let's not use our past. Let's not use our family history and whatever as an excuse. We've seen people that we've spoken about who've come out of
bad situations.
And made it. So as we close off, we just want to remind you to please continue to subscribe to our channel.
And hold on, I do want to say this because it just came up. Don't skip the process. Learn the process and go through the process. You know, because they all had a process. So don't skip the process.
So we just want to say thank you for tuning in, and we just ask you to continue to subscribe to our channel. And we have come up with a name, and we are the Chaplin Chillers. So yes, Chaplin Chillers, we welcome you. We thank you for tuning in.
Chaplin Chillers.
And so we want to say, please continue to, you know, to like and share our video, and do press that notification bell so that every time we put up a new video, you're the first one to get it. And also do follow us on me, myself, and I at Lady Caesar 1 on Instagram, Lady Caesar 1 on Instagram, and LJ
at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, and Get Inspired by LJ on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment. We appreciate it. I appreciate everything that you do, as well as you can listen to the audio version and follow us. Hit the plus button, follow button on the different platform that we on. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music. And please give us a 5-star rating and write a review. You never know, your review will be shouted out. So we just thank you for watching. We thank you. We know you can follow us as well on all platforms, Chilling with the Chaplins. You know, you're welcome. You want to get to know us. You want to learn more about us and what we are doing. You know, just follow us. Check us out. You know.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we are about to get into a fresh month next month.
Yes,
Hope you're ready for that.
Hope you're ready.
February was a good month.
Yes.
So we thank you and take care. God bless.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yo, it's your boy, LJ Chaplin, with Lady Caesar, bringing to you Chilling with the Chaplins, where we deep dive, giving you practical concepts in ministry, business, relationship, and personal development, so we can take control of our life.